Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Essentials for Life with LC Daisy. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am LC Daisy and this is Essentials for Life. I'm here to reintroduce my channel. It's been long, guys. Yes, 2020 has not really been a great year. It wasn't a great year at all. And we all know that, and we all know the reason why, but we have to rise up, we have to move on, we have to face life. So I'm here to reintroduce this channel. I know you saw me doing a lot of cooking videos during the lockdown, but I've decided to take this thing seriously and come back. I mean, you need to learn from your mistakes. Don't give up on things. I believe in restarting, rebooting your life. So in so many ways, actually, I have decided to restart things in my life, and one of them was my YouTube channel, to come back and do better videos, give you better content, not just cooking videos. And maybe some of you will not see some of those videos because I might take them down. But yeah, it's been quite a hectic year, 2020, but 2021 we are moving on, we're looking forward. So I'm going to be talking about faith, I'm going to be talking about marriage, I'm going to be talking about lifestyle and business. So those are the four things I'm passionate about. And I just want to tell you that I am back and I'm ready to talk about it, all those things. So okay guys, so I'm here to talk about something very important, and I love that it's the first video for 2021. It's gonna help me kickstart this channel again. Like I said, we're rebranding, we're coming back with full force, and I'm expecting a lot of things from myself. And I'm just hoping you subscribe. Again, if you're new, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But if you're not, please share this video, let other people know, let them subscribe. So today I'm going to talk about restarting, rebooting, rebranding your life. I know there's so many lessons we've learned in 2020. I've learned my own, a lot of them actually, about money, about family, about opportunities and all those kind of things. But one thing I want to talk about today, 2020, I hope it's not too late for many of you, and I know it's not too late for you to see this video, but it's about restarting, rebranding your life. Okay, why am I talking about this? I know there are a lot of things that happened in 2020. Of course, 2021, they're still happening. We're still in a pandemic. But a lot of us lost things, lost people that we know, lost our relatives, lost our loved ones. We've lost our jobs, we've lost our businesses. Some of us had to close. Some of us had to, do a lot of things to survive. And it's been a crazy year. 2020 was a crazy year, but 2021 life has to move on. And I believe, every time I wake up in the morning and I breathe the fresh air, I believe that God has created me for a reason, and He's still keeping me here for a purpose. And every time I sit down in the morning and I wake up and I pray that may I live according to the purpose that You've created me, God. Because it is easy to just come on earth, do everything, live, and your life was not poured out. You have not reached your potential. You have a lot in you that has to come out, but it's not coming out because you are limiting your life. You're limiting yourself. You have this picture of yourself that you were told and someone told you that you were. So you've lived in this little cocoon. You were supposed to be flying like a butterfly right now, but you've lived in there for a long time. And 2020 made even things worse. Some people were in isolation all alone, and all they were thinking about how they are alive, they are so lonely, and how worse they are. There are so many things that people were going through, but this year I want to encourage you to restart. It's not too late to restart. It's not too late to reboot. It's not too late to look back and see what can I do better, especially 2021, because life has to move on, life has to go on. We are praying that this thing goes away very quick, but whilst we're praying, it's not going to stop us from living. It's not going to stop us from fulfilling our purpose. That's why I'm here today. So what is one of the things, like the first thing that I want you, and I kind of feel like this year when I was starting, I was at that level, because if you can see, I was at a place where, my YouTube channel was just creating food in lockdown, and I almost gave up on it. But I told myself, don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to restart. And I'm hoping that from here now on, I'll be able to build up this channel to a place that I want it to be. To have a vision for it. I know where I want it to be. So I'm just praying that everything works out according to plan. But we can't stop planning. So the first thing that I want to tell you today is, do not be afraid to restart. You've made mistakes in your life. You've failed in things that you shouldn't have failed. Maybe you felt like you would have done better. Most of us tend to give up on them and say, you know what, okay, I've tried, I won't try again, I'll just leave it and move on with my life. But I want to encourage you that this year, let it be a year where your life is a time to restart and reboot by facing your fears. You need to face those things. I know, I think when I started my business in the beginning, I'm going to talk about my business later on in other videos and how I started my business. But when I started my business, I made a mistake. Someone came back with a feedback, and that feedback was not so good. I almost stopped. But I went back and I looked around me and I said, okay, what can I do better to actually serve the service and the next customer better? And good thing about this restarting is it actually makes you better, because you look at other alternatives on how to make, if it's a product, how to make the product. You find yourself discovering things that you never have discovered if you did not make mistakes. So a mistake or failure is not word. A mistake or failure. A failure shouldn't be a cause for you to stop your dream. Shouldn't be a cause for you to stop pushing forward, because things like that will happen. That's how life is. But they are meant to be a stepping stone. They are meant to be stepping stones to your next level. When you fail, look back, pick up what you can pick, take the lessons that you can learn from them, build a better thing, and step on top of it. Go to the next level. But don't give up. Giving up is not an option, especially if you are so sure that this is what you are meant to be. Now that takes me to that this is what you were made for, or you were meant to be. That takes me to the second tip. Yes, let's call it a tip. So that takes me to the second tip. The second tip on how you can restart and reboot your life in 2021 is to start looking at what your purpose is and have the clarity of purpose. Make sure you understand, what is it that I'm supposed to be? What is my passion? What drives me? What wakes me up in the morning? What moves me? Some of us lose it on the way, because a lot of challenges happen and then you give up in it. Some of you, your passion was maybe serving the needy. Maybe your passion has been business, or your passion has been preaching the gospel, or your passion has been a certain degree or career, but you never had a chance to do it, and then you decided to give up on it. Find out what it is. You might have had that passion and dream and drive a long time ago, and because you let go, or you gave up on it, you kind of no longer have that thing. But I think have a time on your own when there are no people and there's no clutter around you. I know social media can be a way of just cluttering your mind. You won't think, you won't have space. You need to have your mind space to think and to sit down and understand and have a clarity of purpose. Clarity of purpose will help you to understand who you are, will help you understand what you're meant to be, what you're supposed to do. And when you have that, you will see yourself to this now next level of where you start to see your life in a picture. Like you draw up yourself, who you are, what you're supposed to be in the next 10 years, where you're supposed to be in the next 5 years, who you are at this moment. How do you see? You need to be able to come out of your body and look at yourself and see the people, see the person that greets people on when they meet people. See the person that interacts with people. Is this the person that you really want to be? Is this the person that you love to be? Is this the person that you would want to grow in to be? If you do not like what you see, you need to be able to look at the mirror and embrace who you are, embrace your passions, in as much as it has been hard maybe for you to get them. But it's actually time for you to go to the mirror, because most of us are not happy where we are. We are pursuing things that we're not supposed to pursue. A lot of us are in careers that we didn't like to be in, you don't like to be in, or you forced yourself to be in there. But every day of your life, your heart is crying out and would love to get out. It's like a prison for you. So you need to go to the mirror and be honest with yourself. Who are you? Have that clarity of purpose. Understand who that person you're seeing in the mirror is supposed to be, where he's supposed to be, what she's supposed to become, and exactly how she's supposed to get there. And you know what? I like the fact that for me as a born-again Christian, I understand that God, with the Spirit of God in me, He tells me and He leads me. The Bible says He will lead you into all truth. So even the truth about your own life, God will lead you there. So you need to look at the mirror and be frank with yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Is that what you like to be? Is that who you want to be? Is that the person that you've always dreamed to be? If it's not, it's time to look deep within you and find that person. The person that used to be passionate about things. If it means restarting your degree, you have to. Do not be afraid to push that restart button. Because most of us, most people spend their lives in this earth doing things that they don't like. Some of you maybe started your careers because someone told you this was the best career, or maybe it makes more money. Some of you started your careers because your family, everyone else was doing that. Some of you were told, you have to be a lawyer because, your parents want you to be a lawyer, but is that what you really want to be? You are so unhappy and you are failing to reach your full potential because you are doing things you're not supposed to be doing. So in 2021, you need to start thinking about restarting, rebooting, hitting that button, and do not be afraid. I had to restart my degree because I did something that I didn't like. It was not an easy thing to do, and it's not going to be easy. Change is not going to be easy. You have to embrace it. Embrace change. Find a way to work around it and push for that. I'm telling you, that is the key to living a fulfilled life. That's the key to living a purposeful life. That is the key to happiness. Because once you understand who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, you will be out there happy in doing whatever you're doing. If it means, some people, if it means staying up the whole night doing what you love, you will love it. You will not even see time. But most of you see time and you are complaining every day about your careers or where you are right now because you're not happy. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing what you're meant to do. So, like I said, you need to be able to embrace that change. Some people divorced. It's not a place for you to sit down and keep looking back and thinking, oh, my life was so much better when I was married. It's time for you to actually look ahead of you. See what it is that you can do with your life. Find out things that will bring happiness than to look back to, the things that you've lost. Look ahead. There's a future ahead of you. The Bible says, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you, to give you a good help in the future, not to harm you. So your future is not meant to harm you. Your future is actually has a beautiful, big, but you is so beautiful and big, but you spend your life looking back to the things that you have lost. If I felt like, well, how can I go back to school and sit in class with kids people that I felt they were kids to me? There's no way I could have embraced that, made that change in my life. That change has given me so much happiness. I am so much better now than to have been doing the career I was doing before. So I want you to be able to embrace that new person and embrace the change that is happening in the world. Most of you are rigid. You don't want to change. Things are changing. The technology is improving. There's a lot of things that are happening around you. It's time for you to look at yourself and say, how can I adapt to the change? Not the bad ones, but the good ones. How can I adapt to this so that you also make your life better? So today, I just wanted to encourage you in these things. You have to be, don't be afraid to hit a restart button. Don't be afraid to go back and find out what were your passions. What is that which drove you for years and years and years, and you gave up on it? Go back there. Like I said, embrace the new era. Embrace new beginnings. Embrace the new self, the person that you would admire to be. Even if it means drawing up, writing down in a book or somewhere, this person that you want to be. Write it down. Look at that book every day of your life and understand this person. Have the clarity of purpose. And actually, after having that purpose, clarity, you're drawing yourself up. It's time to plan. Okay, this is very important. Because you can have all these things, you can have all these dreams, and most of you maybe already have this picture of the person that you want to be and the picture of the person that you are now. But most of you are asking, how do I even get there? How do I even achieve these things? After I've understood who I'm supposed to be, after I've understood where I'm supposed to go, how am I supposed to achieve this? Okay, so one of the things that I had to embrace in my life is planning. So I had this big dreams and ideas, and I'm an entrepreneur, so I have dreams of owning this and that, and I was asking myself, why is it that I have ideas in my head and they don't seem to come to pass? You'll be praying about them, but you just feel like they're not coming to pass. One of the things that I actually saw was my weakness was planning. So my husband is big on planning. He's very good with planning. He plans his days, his month, his week. And it took me a long time to actually come to that place. So I tried digital, I tried, technology. There are a lot of apps online to help you plan your day and all those kind of things. I tried, guys, I tried. But you know what? There's something that I did this year, and I've seen my life change. Planning can change everything. So one of the things that I decided to do was to actually start a journal. So my journal is this little book here. So instead of doing it online, if you're good with online planning, you can actually do that. There are so many good apps out there that you can use to actually plan your life. So, but I decided to go old school because, well, the technology I wasn't really good with the planning online. What was technology doing to me? Anyway, yeah, that part I couldn't embrace that change, that technology part, especially when it comes to planning. I had to go old school with my planning. I decided to buy a journal and started writing my monthly goals, my weekly goals, and my daily to-do list, and what I'm supposed to achieve at the end of the day, my habits. And in the beginning it was so overwhelming because I was so used to just keeping things in my head, or I would just put in my phone, like, if I really need a reminder, my grocery list, my to-do list for maybe a day, but the other days I wouldn't really do anything. But when I decided, it was not easy. I remember I spent almost a week coming up with different sides of my life and how I can achieve things in different aspects of my life, like it comes to church, studies, and business, family, and marriage, and all those kind of things. I had to come to a place where I sit down and put everything down on paper and see how my life is structured. I did not realize how much I had in my life. I had so many things to do, but I thought I could keep everything in my head. That's why I wasn't doing a lot of things. I couldn't achieve a lot of things. But since I decided to start planning, I've actually seen my life change. I can do things. I know exactly what time to do them. I know plans might change here and there because, unforeseen circumstances, but you should be determined to have something written down every day of your life. You know exactly what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to be. Because it's easy for someone to just call you on the phone and say, are you available for this? Let's go to this place. Most of you are getting in trouble doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, going places you're not supposed to be, because you do not have plans for yourself. So people that have plans, when they're done with their stuff, they are calling you for their free time, which they also planned for. When you don't have your own, you find yourself wasting your time in a lot of things. So if you're a student, even if you're working, you need to have the plan. Have something written down, plan every day, and make sure you follow it. Tick, and it's so amazing when you come back to start ticking up your boxes, things that you have achieved. It's so amazing. That feeling keeps you motivated, and it makes you want to plan more, it makes you want to do more. And I've seen, like, most of the times when I do that, I achieve more. So I just wanted to encourage you that as you are restarting your life, you need to think about planning. So if a journal works for you, please go get a journal. If online works for you, please do so. But don't live a day anyhow. Don't live a day to drive you. Drive the day. Everyone has 24 hours. But other people are achieving things in the same 24 hours that other people are not. What is the difference? Some people know how to manage their time. So that's what I wanted to start with this year, 2021. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button. I'll be coming with more content. Yes, I'm planning my dates, so I will be back. Thank you so much. That was really nice. Thank you for staying to the end. You are amazing.